Hey, what's going on, nation? Today I want to share with you guys a really cool tip that's going to help you get more tricep activation with the rope pushdown. Now, when you perform this exercise, now I know you guys are going to ask questions about hand placement, and I plan on making a more in-depth video on hand placement. What I mean is, obviously with a rope, our knuckles are facing in. If I were to use a straight bar, my knuckles would be facing down, and it does change how you activate your triceps, but no matter what exercise you're doing, you are activating all three tricep heads, whether your knuckles are facing in or down. It's just that emphasis is placed a bit more on the long head, which is in the back, okay, when you push down, and when your knuckles are facing in and press down, you get a bit more activation in that lateral head. Now, when it comes to the rope push down, the biggest mistake I see people make when you do this exercise is when they start to either go too heavy, when they start to fatigue, or both. Now, how the movement is supposed to look is like this. You want to be able to start the exercise with the rope high enough so that when you pull it down a little bit and get into your starting position, the weight stack isn't touching, okay? That's going to keep constant tension on your triceps no matter where you are throughout the movement, whether you're at the top of the movement or at the very bottom. Now, when performing this exercise, guys, it's very important that you rotate your shoulders back and retract your scapula, okay? So what you're doing is basically sticking your chest out. What this is going to do is take any kind of pressure out of your shoulders when you do the movement. So shoulders back, retracted scapula, chest up, and I'm going to go all the way down. I'm going to extend my arms as high as I can, flex my triceps, control on the way up, and repeat for reps. And you guys will notice I'm not just going like this with the exercise. You actually want to stimulate the muscle fibers in your triceps to grow, and the only way you can do that is to go to the very bottom and flex your arms as hard as you can at the hottest point of the movement, which is when your arms are fully extended, and then come to the top. Now, what starts to happen as people either fatigue or start lifting too heavy is you'll notice this. The exercise will go really good up and down like this, and then you start to notice this happen, get like that hunched shoulder kind of look in order to get themselves more pressure to push the weight down. And what happens is when you do this, is you're not really able to get to the bottom of the movement and get that nice extension at the bottom to get that awesome tricep activation. It doesn't work as well. And what you're also doing is you're putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You're forcing those shoulders to roll forward like this, which is going to pinch the joint here, which can eventually cause some shoulder impingement. But if you're like me, you love doing the rope with heavy weight. So what I want to show you guys is a quick tip to get more weight and to be able to do it without having to risk bad form and shoulder impingement. And I'll even boost the weight a little bit just to show you guys how easy this is. Now, when you first try this, I recommend starting with light weight and get the movement down because this will require a bit of coordination. And what we're going to do, you guys might see people stand with one foot down like this and then extend forward, but you don't have much leverage to lift a lot of weight standing like this. And leverage is everything when it comes to doing this movement, which is why you guys are rolling your shoulders over. So if you want maximum leverage to perform this exercise, what I do is put one foot here, and I kind of jump back a bit, and I pull and spin. And once I pull and spin, I can get my upper body parallel to the ground, and in this movement, I'm able to go all the way back and all the way forward, and I don't get any sort of pressure in my shoulders, and I'm able to do more weight with the rope and get a full extension and full retraction with every single repetition. And getting down is pretty easy as well. And another added benefit to this is whenever you guys do a tricep movement and your arm position goes from here to here, that actually does put more emphasis on the long head of your tricep. So we're already getting a bit more emphasis on the lateral head because our knuckles are facing in. So if we move this movement from here to here, we're hitting the long head even harder as well. So it's almost like a double whammy. So it's really good. So to wrap this up, guys, when doing a tricep extension, if using the rope, just focus on knuckles facing in. There's no need at the bottom of the movement to do this, guys. You see a lot of people in the gym go to the bottom and turn their hands out. There's no need to do that. And usually if people are doing that, it's because the weight's too heavy and they can't get the full extension at the bottom. You might have to push the rope out to the side to get the full extension, which is fine, but there's no need to do this. What the tricep does is it helps extend the elbow. So if you extend the elbow and then do this, you're not really activating your triceps. Activating the triceps is that full extension. So get the full extension. Once it starts getting too heavy and you start rolling your shoulders forward, put your foot up, get your balance, spin, and then do it overhead and get more long head activation as well. So just a quick tip, take your tricep training to the next level. Practice this stuff safely, guys. Obviously, it might look a little awkward to you at first, but it does work, and who cares what it looks like, because all that matters is those tricep gains, am I right? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to turn on notifications if you haven't already. Hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.
Go.